Good afternoon, everybody. It's Friday, but today we are, well, I am making homemade cinnamon rolls. I never made them before. I found a recipe, but I'm kind of tweaking it a little bit because I don't give you everything. So, again, this is my first time. So we are going to add 1 cup of warm milk, which I already heated. Then we are going to add 2.5 teaspoons of yeast. So they each are 0.25 ounces. So it's a little bit more than what it calls for, but I'm just putting in the 2 full packs. It's only a little bit over, and I'm not going to waste the yeast. How many cinnamon rolls I'm getting, I have no idea. But you can freeze them, and I know that. So. And then it calls for 1/3 cup of melted butter, which I did melt my butter already. Alright. And I'm wearing gloves today because I got all that stuff on my fingers from still doing that cabin project. And then 2 eggs, but I like to do my eggs, crack them separate, just so I don't get shells in this. And I do save my eggshells, dry them out, and crumble them up for my little garden, or the ground, I should say. Alright, get my whisk. Sorry about that. Whisk this up till we get some suds. I did see one place that made the cinnamon rolls. They said that once you mix this, you should let it sit for a few minutes to let that yeast really activate and bubble. So I will leave that just sit for 5 minutes. Okay, whoop, almost forgot. We got the eggs. I got 1 teaspoon of salt, and then calling for a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. I always like to make sure I get a full scoop. If you can see that mixed pretty well. Got my kind of cord in the way, don't I? Put that back there. That's better. That's better. Just before I added everything else, but here we go. All right, so it's saying to add 4.5 cups of flour. 2 3 4.5 here. And I don't like to put new flour in my container till this is totally empty. And I wash it out, and when I put fresh flour in my open canister. Okay, so we got that. So we did put in everything. And let's get this mixed up here. Hope y'all are having a good day. Prayers for everyone who was in this with the tornadoes. Oh my. So this is, we're just going to mix this till this is all smooth. I'm actually going to stick my hand in here. I'm only doing that because I have gloves on, because I don't like when the oil from your hands gets in your dough. It seems to make it tougher. So this should be all nice and soft. It's kind of like you're kneading bread, I guess. Again, this is my first time making these. If they come out like crap, I'll let you know. Just put this in a ball. Slap your mama. I am not right. No, if you got a mama, love her. Okay, so I am just going to let that sit in this bowl. And it says to let sit for 30 minutes. Cover and set for 30 minutes. And let that. And so I got two cake pans, two 9x13 cake pans. I'm going to actually do one pan a little different. I'm going to put walnuts in the bottom of it. So I had some walnuts left over. I'm going to crush those up a little bit, not too much. And then I have some brown sugar and cinnamon in here. I'm going to actually put that on the bottom of one of these pans. And then after they bake, I can flip those. But so that's what I'm doing right now. Let's get to these ones. I like walnuts, some people don't. But sometimes I don't like them on, I don't know. I've never made these, but I like walnuts, but sometimes they can be too much. So we got that. And then, okay, so this is half a cup of light brown sugar. It's about 3/4 tablespoon of cinnamon. And I'm adding in about 3/4 cup of butter in this one. And this is for my other mixture on my different pan I'm doing here. Okay, so that's nice and liquefied. And then I'm going to pour that into this pan here. Spread it all around the bottom. Hopefully this comes out and don't burn to the bottom. Let's see. And then I'm just going to sprinkle the walnuts, because this will end up being the top, because I'll flip the buns when they come out. So that looks like that. That will actually be the top once the buns come out and flip, but I'll show you putting them in. And we are going to roll this out. And you're supposed to roll it thin, so we'll see. See how this goes. This little dent in there. I don't care about that. Now, we are going to spread some butter on here. I'm going to use my fingers. And we're going to put some cinnamon. It's as much as you can put on as much cinnamon as you like or you don't like. And we're going to do the pan of one with the walnuts first. Take a piece of thread, get that ready, and make sure it's greasy with the butter a little bit. And then we are going to roll these up. And get your ends started here. And you just tug back a little bit on the dough. You want to try to keep that as tight as possible. And keep rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Okay, now we get those done like that. We'll call that our ends. And we're going to try this because I never tried it with the thread. But you just crisscross it over and cut your roll. And we're just going to place these in a pan, and you should try to keep them apart. Like I'm saying about a 1/2 inch at least, because you're going to leave these set. Using this string, it helps to keep so you don't squish the cinnamon roll. So I thought that was very informative because that was new to me. I didn't know that. I don't want one that big. Hey, we're all just learning here. Lose my string. Pretty cute. So it looks like I can get 3 of them in a row here. It might be easier just to keep dropping them. Roping them like a cow. Yummy, yummy. Okay, we got a lot. So I'm glad I buttered 2 pans. I might just have to freeze some. I might not be able to make all these. But I love cinnamon rolls. We'll see. I hope these come out good. And I do like this idea with the thread. Just so we can get it right. I think it's just sticking. I know, I think you can put the end pieces in a totally different pan and just cook the ends and eat them up, so either way, sounds good to me. Okay. I think I maybe can get one more in that pan. And then we'll roll some more. Okay. I think I got, well, I got 2 9x13s, and I have 3, 6, 7, 8 more left. But that other pan, I am going to actually dump some cinnamon, some butter, and some more brown sugar on top of it. I like my sticky buns gooey. So any little bit will be good. You can see some of these are a little bigger here. I had rolled them. Like I said, it's my first time making them. This is the other pan. It has butter on the bottom and that in the center. But I'm actually going to put this little mixture over top some of them. Ooh. It looks good. And these have to sit for 30 minutes until they raise, and then we'll get them in the oven. Okay, these are the cinnamon rolls. Didn't have them in quite as long. I probably should have rolled them bigger instead of this small. That was too small. But this is a better size, so I wouldn't have got as many. But I'm going to try these ends here. But they smell good.